But, so we're gonna be taking off at noon. So that's why, before we leave though, because we'll be going mid-morning, we'll have to head out to the airport and everything. We'll make sure that the hotel rooms are lined up. Everyone knows the night before what room you need to take your stuff to so you can check out of your rooms. And so that way you're gonna be taken care of. Corey's gonna make sure you get out to the airport. And then Maria and I will make sure Aggie gets where she needs to go and then do the extension with her and everything. So I've had the opportunity to visit with Corey a couple times, and Dave was given some of the weather. I looked up the extended forecast. We got 81 degrees just about for a full week straight, and then I think it went all the way up to 82. So I looked at that forecast and I took a picture about that time it was coming up on the TV with our weather this week below zero. I froze the TV and I took a picture of it and I sent it to Corey and said, "This is why we're coming to Hawaii." And he goes, "I can't fathom it." He says, "How do you handle it?" I says, "Well, after we're outside, for a while we go in and we climb into our freezer in the house because it's warmer than outside, so we fall out and things." So
You gotta be careful, people believe that kind of
well, but your freezer does not get that cold in it, and so that's how the flights are going to work on that. Park and fly hotels for Bismarck. We have the Expressway Suites, and there's their phone number, the 222-3311. They are $109. 7 days are free, and then $5 each day after that. It's worth it for that $5 per day afterwards, for the simple reason the airport is about $40 a day. So this, and they'll take you out for that morning. They're there. You call them when you get back, and they come and pick you up and take you back. And so it works out really well. Expressway Suites is a nice hotel in Bismarck there. For those of us getting out in Fargo, it's at $119 for us because we're coming in on a Saturday night. Saturday nights is $10 more. And
so 109 is
so instead of the 109, it's 119, and that's for 2 weeks. We're inside that 2 weeks, and so there's it's free parking the whole time. They take us over there as we're landing, as we get on the landing strip, and for those of you in Bismarck, if you use the park and fly, when you hit the runway, call the hotel, let them know you're in. When we hit the runway in Fargo, we can all call the hotel and let them know we're in, and they'll send a van over. Sometimes they needed 2 van loads to get us all fit from the hotels in. It's not a problem. Fargo, Bismarck, they're both 15 minutes. They get the one load out there, they get back with the other. It says 2 hours beforehand, 6 o'clock flights. They don't open up until the ticket counters until 4:30. Be there no later than 4:30. We have been there when we waltzed right in, no problem. And the last time we were there, there was a big school going somewhere, and it was packed. And there were some other groups flying out that morning, and it was packed. The last one, and we were there at 4:30, and that line went all the way down just about to the luggage, past the luggage pickup area at the airport, inside there waiting to get through the line. If you have your tickets downloaded on your phone, that saves time, because then what they do is they split you into 2 different spots. If you need your ticket, you go on this line. If you have your ticket already, you just need to check your bag and do pre-check-in the night before that you're going to be there. They have your luggage tags already. You just step up, they hit your name, your stickers come out, they tag the bag, and you're ready to go. It goes a lot faster. We had some who just barely made the flight because they were, number one, they didn't get there at 4:30. They thought, we got plenty of time, and they ended up way at the end of that long line. So I really encourage you to be there. Fargo, by 4, no later than 4:30. Bismarck, you leave at 10, or 10. You leave at 9 o'clock, so I would be there no later than 7.
9:30.
You leave at 9:30?
I thought so.
That's what I thought it said
Yeah.
there. It was 9:30. Go back. No, other way.
9:30, so 7:30. Be there no later than 7:30.
It can be a chore getting through TSA security too. Sometimes Jeff has gone right on through and I'm stuck. They gotta go through everything and I'm almost stripped. Not quite, but, you know, it can. You can just fly through security, you may take a while. So it's,
And in Fargo, that is the correct phone number, 232-0000.
So if I check in the day before with my app, I can use my phone
Yes,
to check in at the airport?
yes.
I don't need any piece of paper or anything?
You will not need any pieces of paper because they don't print out e-tickets or anything. You know, in the past when we've flown, we've had e-tickets sent to us. They don't do any of that anymore. You put everything in with your phone. If you don't have a smartphone, then you need to stand in line at the hotel. And they'll have some kiosks there at the counter before you get to the counter where you'll have to type in a bunch of stuff. And then so when you get to the counter, they have the information to give it to you. And then they'll
You do that
print
on
the
your home
tickets.
computer too.
You can do it from your home computer. We've done it at the hotel. The night before, we sat down in the lobby of the hotel. That one trip, Marie and I sat at the hotel lobby and we just had the people lined up on both sides of us and we were typing everything in so they could get in.
in which a couple times, it didn't work to do it on our phone. We had to go to the
Right.
computer.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't hurt if you got time
You know, but
to
then
have
the
both, really.
tickets were
Yep.
sent to our phone.
Absolutely.
Okay, the optional tour is on Friday, February 8th, and this is at Kauai. That's Mountain Tubing Adventure, and I'll show a video on it. The cost is $115, and that's our group rate
Per person.
per person. Water-friendly shoes, swimsuit for some that can get wet, towel and a change of dry clothing. Our hotel is only 5 miles from this here, by the way. I checked that out too, so I ain't worried about dry clothing. I can sit wet for that long. Sunscreen, a bag to keep wet clothes in, a hat, and bug repellent. They provide gloves, lunch, headlamps, and tubes. It's a 3-hour ride.
Headlamps?
They provide headlamps.
It's
Have
a
you ever
thing
known you're
where
gonna need?
they're hard.
I know there is, but why in the world?
I'm going on
to
just
that?
watch. It's cool.
Okay, they're gonna end this here.
From the hotel.
There was just one minor adjustment that I wanted to make clear here. Suzanne enlightened me. As far as the baggage charges go with United, it's $25 per bag. However, Hawaiian does charge for the interflights. It's an additional $25 per bag.
Well, they do.
So I trust the travel agent here.
Well, I just verified that on,
Okay.
with you, Hawaii Airlines, and that's what I'm finding.
Yep.
Okay, I thought that was already in there. Okay.
So I'll call Corey just to double, triple check that, just to make sure. But
Okay.
I didn't want you to be surprised by that, having heard what we had shared with you today.
Okay, this is the tubing thing that I put on. Sorry, I don't have my volume hooked up to the speakers up above. We're going through an irrigation canal of the sugar fields. So it's only about 4 feet deep. They got a few little rapids that you go through because it's a mountain. That's the water coming down stuff they would use for the irrigation when they had the sugar fields there.
How deep is that drop off?
Not very. There you can see it from the top side.
Don't bring your cell phone.
Yeah, so like, we travel there in bus and we're on this. Do we leave our stuff in a locker or
Yeah, they'll have stuff for you to put stuff in.
secure? I mean,
Well, you got safes in your room, right?
Yeah.
no, but you're gonna want your stuff over beyond this, isn't it?
The other thing you could do is put your cell phone in a baggie,
Or, yeah.
in a Ziploc baggie, and just seal it shut.
If you trust that the bank won't leak.
Right.
Or
And-
you can go to an outdoor sporting goods store and they have
Yes.
bags.
There's why you have the
actually
flashlights, Terry.
I'm looking.
You go through tunnels like that. That's just a short clip on what that mountain adventure is.
Is that mountain, is that man-made?
The canal is a man-made canal, yes, because it goes, it's through the, it's the irrigation canal that was put in where they had sugarcane fields up in that
So
area.
does it go like in a circle?
I couldn't tell you that. I think they drop us off here and they pick us up at a different location. Because you're going from the top down, so I doubt it's going in a circle because you're going on a mountain down.
So we leave from the hotel to choose, get on this, and then they turn around and take us back to the hotel? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to worry about taking back this stuff?
No,
Okay.
no. No, they'll pick us up at the hotel, run us out there,
Thank you.
and bring us back.
Okay.
And one thing Jeff learned the hard way the first time we went to Hawaii, please remember when you have your cell phones on you, and don't take them swimming with you in the ocean.
We're not salt-proof,
They're not, yeah, so hard.
waterproof.
You
Okay,
learned it the hard way.
on this deal then, if we paid for it, let's say like before, we wouldn't have to take credit cards or anything.
No, this, if you go on this here, you'll just give me your name, and you're gonna pay me,
Yeah,
because I've already paid for all of it.
so we can just get on the bus with, and all we gotta bring is our.
All I gotta
swimsuits.
know is who's going, because we're allowed 20 people,
Yeah.
and so the 20 people are gonna go to our people first, and then from there, if I have more that they wanna go than 20, they added this tube time on for us, 2 o'clock. On that day, they closed at 1. And they added this time on, and they said they'd add another tube time on if we needed it and stuff. So I mean, great company to work with, and, but it's gonna go to our folks first, and they said it's a gentle ride. They did say if you're pregnant, you shouldn't maybe go on it. I says, I don't know if that's gonna be a problem with this week. She said, you never know. And I said, you're right, I don't. I said, but I'm pretty confident.
I don't know, after the holidays.
And so that's basically all I had on this. And again, the airport, if you download the app, otherwise, just you'll need to go in and check in at the front desk. And there'll be others there, so you can look for others from our group. And once we get to Denver, we'll all be together at Denver. And of course, the Florida ones will probably be already to the plane. And we'll be watching for the Bismarck. And if we're lucky, last year when we went to, where did we go last year? Wasn't bad. Cuba. When we went to Cuba, our plane landed here, and our gate we needed was here.
We got out and come back and
We got off the plane, and got right back on the same plane that we just flew in on. And, but we had to deboard and everything else, but that was really nice, because the other group had to come all the way across the airport. But we got everybody there. And so that's the biggest thing on the airports is, once we're out of Denver, it's a straight flight. Coming home, it's a straight flight back to Denver, and then back to Bismarck and Florida. So we're not doing a bunch of plane transfers or anything like that, which is really nice. So we only have to worry about one transfer. And if, for some unknown reason, that we can't make the transfer in Denver, oh, Terry left me. If we miss the Denver transfer, I'll be calling Suzanne, and she'll be calling Colette, and they'll be working to make sure the whole group is on the next flight. And that first night is a free night, so we'll make sure we have everybody there when we start off with the other things. And we'll have the bus there to pick you up when you come in. I mean, it's not gonna be, well, you're gonna be on your own. No, Corey will be there, and probably Maria and I will be there also with him to help greet you and to welcome you and to help you get settled in back at the hotel. Corey is our main tour manager over there. He is the head guru, and so if you have questions on things, if you have problems with things, he is the one that we go to. Maria and I are always available, but if you have an issue with something, I'll just walk with you to find Corey. I'll give Corey a call so we can get together with him. So don't be afraid to come to Maria and I if you're having problems with the room or anything like that. We'll just work with you with Corey. And like I said, I visited with him a couple times on the phone, and I'm real excited about meeting him. He's been in the business a long time, and he knows what he's doing. Just by some of the comments he made to me and things that he was doing, I'm real comfortable with him. Any other questions?
How about the road to Hannah?
The road to Hana right now, I believe, is not going. We'll find out more. That's just because of when they had all those rains over there and everything else with the floods. They had a lot of roads washed out. That's why that movie tour was canceled. The road to Hana, again, that is something that we'll find out when we get there. In fact, I'll shoot Corey an email and ask him if we have any updates on the road to Hana, if that trip is up and going. That is a fun trip. Maria and I have been on it. It is an interesting drive
Why is it closed?
because the roads washed out in some areas. In some areas, didn't seem like there was a road there to begin with. And 3/4 of the adventure is going to Hana, because Hana is just a real small community at the end. But it's called the Road to Hana. Key words, road to, and that. It's interesting. It's a rough ride. It's rough, but very beautiful. The scenery, some very nice scenery that you see. You know, and that's, some people think they're going to a magnificent thing at Hana. They see something great in Hana. It's just a small little shopping thing with knickknacks and stuff like that. Some cool little things there. The key of it is the road to Hana. You got some beautiful scenery that you see going. Unbelievable things that they call roads coming back. And, but it's a nice trip, but it's just the scenery that you're looking at on that trip there, not so much the town of Hana itself. But it's beautiful. So I'll send Corey an email to see what the update is on that. And it's the same thing with the extension. Some of the things are changed because of the volcanic ashes, because of the volcanoes and stuff. And I said, one of the things I'm looking forward over there is doing the helicopter tour again to see the change, to get pictures so I can see the changes from the last time I took the helicopter tour over the stuff over there. And things. So, any other questions? If you need help downloading the United app, Maria and I can help you with that. Otherwise, David, do you have anything?
One more question?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I clarify this, $25 per suitcase at Fargo when we fly out, that we pay our own. And then, what did you say, was it 35
$25.
from Hawaii when we fly home?
It's 35?
35,
I think
yeah.
it's 30.
Oh, 30,
The
okay.
25 is if you're a frequent flyer member of Hawaiian
Okay,
Airlines.
okay.
Otherwise, it's 30.
And I'm gonna call Corey just to double check that because.
And that was effective November 18th. so-
November 18th. No,
Unless
I trust you.
something changes.
Suzanne's one of the best, so.
Okay.
Well, and it's,
So that's just a new thing.
So
they
each
started
island
that.
now.
So each
So
island
each
now
time,
we pay.
when we go from Oahu
One,
to
two,
Hawaii, we pay $30, from Hawaii
4 times.
to Maui, $30.
Yeah.
Well, Maui,
Home,
home,
25.
25.
4 times.
The total of 4 times. And then, like I said, the island hoppers, I've always told people was free. That was already included. Suzanne just said they just started that the 18th.
Well, we
One
started,
other thing
I don't know
about
if
the
you
suitcase,
choose, Jeff, or maybe remember that your carry-on can only be X number of inches and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
and the carry-on, the reason on the limit on the carry-ons sizes is because you don't know what size plane you're gonna have on the island hopper, and those overhead compartments aren't as big as what the plane is that we're taking over there. And, cause I know I have people say, well, I always take this bag as my carry-on. Some people's carry-on bag is bigger than my suitcase, and then they want me to help them lift them up. If you can't lift it up into the carry-on spot, it's too big of a suitcase. That's my philosophy, because I can't go and put 30 people's suitcases away for them up in the overheads. So if you can't lift it up there, it's too big.
And I'm not.
So in other words, don't expect me to be coming up and down the aisle on the airplane trying to help you get your overheads up. And so what we will do here now too, is, Maria just mentioned it, is, Maria's and my cell phone number, so you can call us. Now, if you call me before the trip, chances are I'm not gonna answer it, because I ain't gonna have your name. So just leave me a message. I get way too many robocalls with people trying to sell me stuff. And so I don't even answer my phone anymore unless I'm on a trip and I see the phone numbers from an area where I have someone on the bus, and then I'll answer it because then I know. But before the trip, just leave me a message and I'll call you right back as I check the message. If they left me a message, there's someone who wants to talk to me. I'll answer back right away. So my cell phone is 701, both of ours are 701, 320 2340. 701-320-2340. Maria's cell phone number is *6 on the speed dial. No, *1 on the speed dial.
701
701-269.
269.
I know it. 4906.
And if you can't get Jeff, feel free to call me. My phone is on me at all times usually, except for maybe when I'm down at the beach. But I ask them. I'm attached to the hip to my phone. And when we're there, we have 6 children. I like all my little ducks in a row. So I'm gonna have a lot of children there. Well, I'll call you my little ducks. You know, we'll take good care of you.
So like, do we gather at night to find out like the next day?
Corey will take it, he'll go across it, he'll have meeting times.
Okay.
And he'll take, and when we get there, he'll have an introductory meeting for us when we get there, for us all to meet. And he'll give you a schedule, he'll give you a detailed schedule when we get there with the timelines and all of that. When we get there, he'll have that for us. So that way you'll have something printed. And then what you can do there is take a picture of it, put it on your phone, and then you gotta store it on your phone so that you can see it. The only thing is sometimes times change, so know that it's a good guideline, but all of a sudden if he says, okay, we need to leave at this time or this time, just make sure you remember so you don't look at your sheet and say, oh, but it said we were leaving at this time and stuff. So that's what you gave us back then. But yeah, he'll have a detailed schedule and we'll get together and he'll do that. We'll have a welcome meeting. And then one of the other things, two things that we added on to this trip that I'll just mention real quick. It was a Polynesian magic show that wasn't part of the trip that we added in, and a farm tour of Steelgrass Farms. Now this is an exotic fruit and cocoa farm that we'll go to, and they have all kinds of really good fruits there, different kinds of things that I've never seen before. Bamboo, yeah, they have a lot of bamboo that they raise there. And then also cocoa. They raise a lot of cocoa beans for the chocolate. And so they will show you the chocolate, they'll show you the pods, how it's harvested. Unbelievable when you take and you crack that thing open, how slimy and yucky those things look until they get them dried and everything. But then you'll try 12 different styles of chocolate while we're there, so you can learn about all the different kinds of chocolate and what's used for what. And so that's really interesting.
If we buy chocolate, is there a chance it's gonna melt from there to here?
Yes.
So put it in the plastic bag.
Just gotta eat it there.
Okay.
There are some chocolates, I mean, like you can get those chocolate covered macadamia nuts and those different things like that.
Yeah.
Those will all be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that stuff.
We've brought that stuff home.
Yeah, we've brought all
One
that
other
stuff.
thing we've brought home, and I've had them for 6 years, is vanilla beans. I do not buy vanilla in the store. You take a vanilla bean, you put it in a bottle of vodka.
Two beans in a bottle.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd have to look at mine, I believe it's 1 vanilla bean. In a bottle of vodka, leave it sit for 6 weeks, and you've got wonderful vanilla.
Because actually vanilla is made with alcohol. and then they distill the alcohol and stuff out of it. But a lot of times, if you have people who are alcoholics and they say they're trying to go to the store and buy vanilla, that's why.
Because it's made.
Because vanilla is made with alcohol, so they're just trying to get that